Hey everyone, it's Argonath here from The Right Way, and this is a bit of an old article, but I hadn't had a chance to do a video on it yet, but I really wanted to do that because Prince Harry again just shows how out of touch he is with the ordinary working class person struggling to, provide for their family and so on. So let's have a look at what kind of things that Prince Harry has been saying. So there's fury as Prince Harry says quitting work can be good for your mental health, and many people around the world have been stuck in jobs that don't bring them joy. In an interview plugging his startup BetterUp. Um, Now, of course, that part is true that there are lots of people stuck in jobs that don't bring them joy, but those jobs bring them a pay packet and it brings them money that which they can use to feed their family with. Um, so sometimes you can't just quit your job because you don't like it, because you need somewhere to go to actually. So Prince Harry advised people who feel stuck in their jobs that don't bring them joy to quit, and said leaving work was something to be celebrated nearly 2 years after his acrimonious departure from the royal family. Of course, he can say this because the Duke of Sussex, who lives in an $11 million mansion in California and has a series of endorsement deals with companies that pay him to represent their brands, said people should leave their jobs and put their happiness first. So basically, he's just selling his name out to anyone that he can get to give him money. He must be earning millions just through his name being a former royal family member, and he's telling people just to quit their jobs to put their happiness first. Yeah, you can be happy and have no money, and then you're going to be pretty unhappy pretty soon once you find you can't provide money for yourself or your family to get food, shelter, pay the bills, clothe yourself, that kind of stuff. The 37-year-old prince's comments have been seen by some as referring to how he and wife Meghan Markle stepped down as senior royals last year and left Britain for North America before claiming his family cut him off financially. You are worth millions, right? You've got nothing to worry about in your entire life. You can live off your name forever. So, of course, you can quit your job as being a royal, because you're going to use the royal name to make money, basically. Um, BetterUp is valued at $3 billion, and Harry's role, which he began in March, includes product strategy, philanthropy, and public advocacy related to mental health. He's also involved in the commitment to Pledge 1%, a movement that encourages companies to donate 1% of equity, staff time, product, or profit to their communities. But Karen Boyle, managing director of CKB Recruitment in Gloucester, told Mail Online, "This fella really does live in cloud cuckoo land, doesn't he? Sure, most people would love to chuck in a job they hate, but the reality is a different thing entirely. A massive chunk of working people are only 2 or 3 pay packets away from losing everything. Perhaps our young prince should start to engage his brain more before his lips move. Maybe he could give some of the millions that he earns to these people to help them to change their jobs to a more happy one. Maybe he could do that. Maybe he could start a business to help people find a job they would be really interested in. I'd really love to be a computer game tester, but that's not going to bring me the money that I need to help feed my family, is it, Prince Harry?" Rob Peters, a mortgage expert at Simple Fast Mortgage in Altrincham, Gloucester, said, "If you quit your job without a means to support yourself, I'm pretty sure that the stress of where the next meal will come from might be equally bad, if not worse, for your mental health. If you have a mortgage, you cannot stop paying your mortgage, right? Eventually, you could have your house repossessed and sold." And Scott Gallagher, director of Chartered Financial Planners Rowley Turton in Leicester, told Mail Online, "Whilst I agree that none of us should be stuck in a job we hate, quitting without either a stuff it emergency fund or a replacement job lined up would be foolhardy. Not all of us have a trust fund to fall back on. In addition to the immediate concerns of how you would pay your bills, there's a risk that you get into financial difficulties. You could damage your credit rating and therefore your longer term financial future." Of course, Prince Harry never talks about anything like this. Meanwhile, royal biographer Angela Levin, author of the 2018 book Harry, Conversation with the Prince, said, "Harry is utterly out of touch with people, telling them to quit their jobs if they have mental health issues. Not everyone has £30 million tucked away in the bank. I wonder if he'd give some of the advice to people whose mental health is made worse by their marriage. Be quiet, Prince Harry. It comes a month after it emerged that nearly a quarter of UK workers are actively planning to change employers in the next few months, amid a great resignation prompted by the burnout and high vacancy numbers. Which is fine, but you need to find a job or something first before you chuck in your job, right? Yeah, I don't know what planet Prince Harry's on. He's obviously completely out of touch, as anyone would be, being brought up as a royal, never having to work like real work, not just doing the stuff that the royals do. I guess it's like work for them, but for most of us, we'd be happy to do that work, to be able to live in a castle, live in the way that the royals do. I'm sure that we could do that kind of stuff quite easily as well. Now, talking about hard work, Prince Harry, you'd never seen a day's hard work in your life, like the rest of us actually have to do. So anyway, I just thought I'd bring this to your attention. Again, just showing us how out of touch all these elite people are. So when you see the elite people telling us how to live our lives, just completely ignore them, because they have no idea what we go through as normal human beings, just trying to make our way in the world. Anyway, let me know what you think about Prince Harry in the comments section. I'd love to read them. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, you're welcome to give it a thumbs down. And if you like my content, please subscribe. Alright, hopefully I'll catch you in the next video.